Well, hey there, guys. Welcome back. So, look at what I bring you guys today. I bring you part two of the Nissan Altima here. So, what I'm doing here is I'm doing a better assessment of the damage here. I went ahead and removed the fender. I'm not going to take any of this apart yet, but I do need to get a better assessment of obviously what we need for this car, and my initial thought was correct. So what we're going to do is we're going to go get another section from another car, and I'm going to go ahead and cut it right here on that donor car, so that way we've got everything from this point forward, okay? The only thing that donor car does not have is it does have the core support. It does not have the crash bar. It does not have any of the other sheet metal. But it does have the harness. It does have everything that we probably need here. Looking at this, obviously you can see that whatever they hit something. It looked like a pole or something. I don't know what they hit. Then obviously it got into the front of the car here. So I mean, obviously the majority of the damage to this car, this really is not all that hard to replace. You know, you just got to have the basic skill set to do something like this. Probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut right here on the donor piece, and we're going to go ahead and splice it in right here, and we're going to drill it all the spot welds so that way it looks factory, okay? So then what I can do is I can come in here and put a little glass in here, and we can weld everything back up. So once we get this fixed, it's not going to be a big deal to put this back together, okay? The bigger problem that I see here is obviously the wiring harness, okay? Looking at the harness here, I don't see anything majorly wrong with the harness here in the car. I mean, everything on this, unlike the Honda Civic, is plug and play, okay, which is great. So you can see everything here, you know, everything snaps into this little relay box right here. Same thing with this. But everything else looks pretty good based on what I can see. I don't see really anything damaged at all. I don't know if there's anything damaged under here. But you know, the bigger problem that we have is the wiring going to the ECM, okay? And I don't know why they put the ECM here, you know, in their infinite wisdom, what the hell they were thinking. But, you know, when a car gets hit, the ECM should obviously be placed, you know, somewhere in the back of the engine or underneath, you know, somewhere in the cab underneath the fucking dash, like all older cars, okay? This is stupid, okay? When it comes down to a vehicle being wrecked, okay, look at that. You can see right here, this top plug is damaged. So we've got a lot of wires that are damaged, okay? Same thing with this middle plug. The middle plug obviously suffered more damage. You can see all those wires are fucked. I mean, everything. You know, the lower plug is fine. The plug going into that, whatever that module is right there, I don't know what that is right there, is perfectly fine. But the two main plugs going into the ECM here are fucked. Like I said, you can see them right there, okay? So that means that now I'm going to probably have to find an engine harness for this. You know, I mean, if it's just cheaper to go ahead and go get an engine harness and everything on plugs from the fuse box forward, I'm good with that, okay? That's cool. No problems there, okay? But the problem is when we get into an issue like this, kind of like the Honda Civic, the ECM sits right here. Kind of weird ass design, okay? I don't know why the manufacturers today are putting the computers where they're putting them, but it's kind of stupid if you ask me, okay? When a car gets hit like this, you know, now you're talking a lot of damage here, okay? You know, when somebody gets into electrical could be a lot more than mechanical when it comes to labor. I've seen some guys charge up to $200 per hour on electrical, and I mean, you know, and these guys are good at what they do, and a lot of times, you know, your average Joe, your average shops obviously can't find the problem with these. So, like I said, you know, this is fairly simple right here. The rest of it is simple, okay? There's probably nothing wrong with the engine or anything else. Our main problem is that harness right there going into the ECM. So anybody out here watching this video here, if you have a harness, say an engine harness or a main harness for a 2013 to 2015 Altima, let me know. Hit me up in the PM there, or hit me up in the box below there. So what I'm going to do for you guys next is we're going to go ahead, I'm going to drop a clip in here of me going to the junkyard and showing you the donor piece that I found. So here we go. Okay, so here we are. We're in a local salvage yard. As you guys know, I just went ahead and bought that Nissan Altima, that 2015. Looks like we found our donor car here for the pieces that we need. Probably what we're going to do is we're actually going to go ahead and cut this behind the shock tower here, and we'll go ahead and splice it in somewhere right in here. But that way we've got the whole front section here of what we need. Got the core support, which is good. All we'll have to do is order a radiator, cooling fans, and the condenser. It's got everything else that we need too. If we need some AC lines, we'll use these. Got the battery tray and everything. So we'll take everything off this section here and we'll work with what we have here. Obviously the headlight is no good on it. We do need a driver's side airbag. Airbag is gone, but it does have the seat belts in there, so go ahead and take the seat belts. But overall, I think this will be a good parts car. Not something that we're going to put a ton of money into it either. So I think this frame cut here, I think it's like 60 bucks. Core support is another $50, and all this other junk that we need is, you know, probably about $200-300 for that. So that's good. So yeah, we've got some good stuff that we're going to work with.